Hello, everyone, and welcome to our last Tuesday community chat of 2025. We made it. Yay! So happy to be with you guys tonight and to take you through this exercise that we're going to do that's really about helping us get complete with our experience of the year. We do it now because it then sets us up beautifully for going into that crazy Christmas period, where, sometimes it can be a bit triggering for people going into Christmas. We're just all going to get really busy. And so it's a good time just to finish up our Tuesday night chats, and so let you concentrate on being with family and whatever you do over the holiday period. So, before I get started, a few announcements. We are super excited to have our My Self Reliance Christmas party this Saturday at Maroubra Beach. It's the first time we're holding it in the east rather than in the west, so that we hope that we get many of you coming and enjoying the afternoon with us. 2 p.m. at the barbecues at Arthur Burn Reserve, and I'm going to do a little presentation at 4 o'clock, so make sure you're there for that. We're going to there's bring food to share, and if you want to stay on, we're going to do a little bit of a jam session at Zolt's place, who's one of our hub leaders who lives at Maroubra, right across the beach, so between 5 and 6. So a little bit of fun. And if you have a business or product or skill that you want to come and bring a table and set up and show off what you do, would love you to do that as well. We're all about supporting local. So this is where you get to support our community and be supported. We're kicking off next year back with our Tuesday night calls on the 3rd of February. And then we'll have a guest speaker on the first and the third Tuesday of the month. And then in between, we will have it be a closed session for our My Self Reliance members. And we'll actually be doing the work of getting self-reliant in our communities and support from the experts and training and really just doing the nitty-gritty stuff. So can't wait for you to join us for that. But in the meantime, make sure that you're in a self-reliance chat group in your area. I've posted them in our latest email. If you're watching the replay and you're not getting my emails, then send me an email to Kelli at myselfreliance.com.au. That's Kelli with an I, or team. That's easy to spell, team at myselfreliance.com.au. And make sure you get on my mailing list, and everything you need to know is there. If you have become a new member recently, make sure you go to the website, log in, and go through the onboarding process. It's quite a simple process, but it's the prep matrix that you want to take yourself through, because that is when you do your own prep matrix for yourself, it really helps you to know where to start on your self-reliance journey. So I encourage you to do that. Next email that I sent out, actually, I'll do a screenshot by shot so you can see exactly how you do that onboarding process, because it is a weird website and sometimes you can get lost in, like, where is it? So, but the first place to start is look at my programs, and then it should be a little bit self-explanatory after that. Okay, so welcome everyone. If you are doing this with us or watching the replay, make sure you have a pen and notebook. This is really a call that is going to help you to set your framework up for 2026. But first of all, we have to address what happened in 2025. So let me just share my screen. Alrighty. So we've got 11 questions or so to go through. So first one. I want you to have a think back to where you were this time last year. Cast your mind back. What has changed in the last year? Maybe in your mindset, maybe in your circumstances. We able to look ahead and think this time last year, what were you hoping Where were you to be? What did you want your life to look like now? I'm going to give you a few minutes. You might want to jot these things down. You might just want to sit with the question and just, writing takes some time. So maybe just sit with the question and go, where were you? I know where I was this time last year. I was getting ready to move on to my dream property, and here we are. But where were you, and what's changed? A lot can happen in a year. You might have, very little can happen, up to you. And for those in our room, I'll just be quiet a minute and let you, but type yes in the chat when you have finished. You feel free if anyone wants to share anything.
I will.
Yep, Andrew.
So with mindset circumstances, or mindset started with, I changed more to be more focused on community and developing community contacts. Whereas previously I'd been focused more on getting my own stuff done, doing our own preparations and stuff like that.
Mm,
And I have still focused pretty strong on that, but it's becoming more obvious to me that the community connections and is going to be vital to getting through and coming up with solutions to what's coming up. Um, as far as circumstances are concerned, um, come to realization that I guess probably the last couple of weeks that things are moving at a rapid speed or increasingly rapid speed in a direction that I don't like. And where I hoped I would be in different areas, in some, like for the garden prep and planting and stuff like that, I'm where I had a goal to plan all the orchard out, which I've done. And I've done a bit extra with that, so I'm kind of ahead on that. Financially, no, could be improved there. Health, not too bad, but could room for improvement there as well.
awesome. Yes, and if you use the 8 key pillars as a reference, because I hear you did the first three, your garden, which is food, finances, and health. And you could go through the other five, right? So where you
Mm.
are in terms of relationships, and you spoke about that actually, getting those community connections. So you really covered off those first four. And the others, if you don't know, are anyone else being communication, technology, education, and faith. So yeah, thanks for that, Andrew. That's really great insight and helps the rest of us to understand how to come at that question ourselves. So, yeah, anyone else want to say anything before we go to the next one?
I can.
Yeah.
Um, I had no thought of where I'd be this time last year due to circumstances out of my control. I got totally thrown into a totally different direction, but I also look at that it's forced me to actually stand for myself and do what I want to do now. So I'm now closer to what I truly want to do, as in being a service, so to speak, to help others. In that sense, it was a good thing, but also a
Mm,
scary thing, being made redundant out of no choice of your own. So, yeah, but community's always been a major part of my life. Mindset has something I have worked on for a long time. As for the rest, relationships and that, I've built some great friendship with all of you guys and so forth. So, yeah, no, I'm blessed at this point in time in my life.
I love that you bring that up, Tracy, because, sometimes change is forced on us, and that's where we grow the most, isn't
Yep.
it? Yeah. Yeah. And you find yourself more living your dreams than you thought that you would if you had to choose it.
Yeah, exactly. And more things have been presented to me, as in they've just It's like, what am I doing now? And things are just showing up for me that have never really been a problem for me, but I'm actually taking notice of those things now more than what I ever used to, going, okay, yep, that's what aligns with me.
Yeah, great. Really consciously thinking of those things and looking out for the clues. Yeah,
Yep.
beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. All right, let's go to the next one. What are the five things, or what are five things you are grateful for from 2025? Okay, who's finished that one? I'd like to share. Easy. Okay, go, Andrew.
Emma,
Yes.
of course, top of the list. Family,
Yep.
MSR community, where we
Yep.
live, and for my health.
Oh, brilliant. Yes, I had four out of the your five as well. Anyone else have anything?
Um, I've got, I'm very grateful for how much so many men and women are actually interested in thinking for themselves and community and caring and sharing for others, and how much it highlighted the system telling you point blank not to help others in floods, not to take aid, not to help, blatant disregard for human rights, and how much the people came together and proved it's possible. Just
Yes.
like the women in World War I, women were supposed to bear babies, wash up and clean, not run farms and factories and do everything. World War I, they had to do everything, and the women proved they could run the country better. So I think this is an example now where people have been kind of forced to think for themselves, but also think about where their food comes from, who they know, how you help people, how it's reciprocated is very important.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. Yeah. And how many of us, yes, that we actually are a big community, not the fringe like they like to think that we are.
Yes, the whole 10-20% of nutcases, no. They're actually sensible people who are sick of the lies.
Yeah. So I'm actually really grateful for what Tracy said is that, we can take lemons and make lemonade. We are resourceful. Yeah, exactly what you're saying. All right. Yep. Okay, next one. What is one area of your life where you made tangible progress this year? This is where you congratulate yourself and your wins. All right. How did everyone go with that one? Did you all come up with at least one? All right. Anyone else want to share? Welcome, Jack. Okay, next area. What are you most proud of? So I'm making you stretch, and some people don't like being kind to themselves, but I want you to be kind to yourself. What are you proud of, guys? In the progress that you've made, in the things that you've accomplished, in who you were being, in something that you might have dealt with that was difficult. All right, Karen, share with us what you're proud of.
Don't know, Kelly. I'm always one who tends to reflect on. I'm quite critical. I guess, I mean, you know a bit of my story. Um, Seeing the farm continue to develop to a point where I can start to take a step back. So that's sort of probably it's just one of the things I'm proud of, I guess.
You should be hugely proud of that. Hugely proud because the fact that you have persevered for so long with the challenges, you've done hard for quite a while now, and that takes such resilience. Most people would have gone, what am I doing? But you've stuck at it, and that you need to be super, super proud of yourself. And um, making that's such a making a difference, right? And because you don't see it in a short term, the changes, you have to look back over time and go, huh, look how far we've come. Every day, every day, every day, every day, it can look like the day before, but it
Mm,
doesn't. Because the shift happens. And so well done to you.
thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Jack, what are you proud of? Whether it's of yourself, something you've achieved, something that's happened something maybe that was difficult that you've had to overcome.
I actually managed to organise a school reunion for my year 12 year from a long time ago, and that'll probably give you my if I tell you how long, it'll give you my age. But the surprising thing is after everything I've been through, no one here knows me, but after all these things I've been through over my years, very few people would have expected that it would have been me that organised it, and those sort of comments came out quite a long time in the lead up to it, and it was surprising that they said, "Oh, Jack, that was you. We didn't actually think that you were capable or that you would have any interest in it." So to prove to a lot of these people that I grew up with, again a long time ago, that have changed quite significantly. And I know people say that people don't essentially change, but I think we change a lot given that we gravitate towards certain issues. We want to improve ourselves
Yes.
and want to try and defeat issues that we face. And if you're able to do that, then you certainly grow and you come out a different person, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. I've come
Yes.
out to be a very positive sort of a person over the last 10 to 12 years. But yeah, organising the reunion and showing a different side of myself that people didn't know existed was a positive thing.
Oh, that is awesome. That is really, really great. And I love that what it highlights is the way that you're thinking. Like as you said, a lot of people they don't recognize change or where it comes from, and you're recognizing, who you're becoming. And that is a great accomplishment. I don't know that I'd want to organize my year 10, 12 reunion.
it, it was it was a big job to try and chase down 300 people, and
Yeah.
we managed. Well, obviously, I had a lot of help. I got kicked off Facebook, believe it or not, so that didn't
Yes.
help. But I had a lot of people pick up the slack and chase others down. So out of the 300 that went through from our year level from year 7 to year 12 in that 6 year period, we got 75 there on the night. We had another 40 who said they'd like to come, but they had other things on at
Yeah.
short notice. So yeah, I think we managed to contact about half, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a positive thing, a positive experience.
Do you
Plus,
know,
I got to
and I
dance.
love that you're bringing that community together. And well done, you. That's exciting.
Ah,
So good. All right, next question. Who are the people or friendships that impacted you the most this year? So now we're going back to the people in your life. And this is an interesting question, the way it's phrased, um, because like Tracy pointed out, it could have been her old boss that fired her that impacted her the most this year, if you wanted to phrase it like that. Or it could be the friendships that really that people that you met and grew alongside of, or met newly.
are you just picking names randomly to give their stories, Kelly, or
No, just opening it up. Whoever wants to share from that question.
well, I've just finished talking and I don't want to commandeer the place since I'm
I know
only
you want to
new.
answer. You could jump in and answer every question. No, go for it, Jack. Who are the people in your life?
Well, probably the biggest one is my sister,
Mm-hmm.
and I say that because over the past, I don't know, 8 to 10 years, when I've been trying to encourage her to take a different step and a different view on life. She really didn't until sort of she was forced to resign from work because she didn't get COVID shots.
Mm.
And my friendship circle has reduced and shrunk significantly over the years. and she's one that's actually really stepped up to the plate. And I have an exceptionally good relationship with her, the kind of which I have not had with her prior. And at least I have someone in my circle that I can talk to about stuff that is important to me. So, yeah, that's a short answer.
That is tremendous. Who knew, right? Like, wow, here you are going along thinking, it's my sister. Don't really get along with her that well. And this has really brought you together. And yeah, that I love that because it's your sister of all the people. Wow, beautiful.
Of all people. Exactly.
So good.
Okay, I'll shut up for a while.
Anyone else want to jump in? Maybe we get come to the next one. All right, this is where we take the turning point, and we're going to have a look at maybe some of the things that were struggles that you faced this year. What were some of the difficulties? And I like this question because this is where we really get real with ourselves, and it's not a weakness.
Anyone?
So most of the people are writing at this point.
All right.
And
Okay. Sorry.
yeah. I know I struggled actually because I just moved on property this year. Jack, I live on 30 acres, 3 hours north of Sydney, and I've been on farm before, but we had animals, and um, and I did not know how sad it was, like dealing with that they would die. I'm like, what? No one told you how sad it was going to be being a farmer, raising them and then watching them get eaten or something, not by us.
I guess for me, my biggest struggle was losing my job,
Mm,
but it also, I guess, in the long run was a blessing in disguise. So it was like, what am I going to do now? And it really, yes, I got a payout. Yes, it paid off a lot of debts and got me a new car, or a new secondhand car. Um, but it was also, what am I going to do now? So it actually forced me to look and go within and like find out what I want to actually do. And that's not to work for anyone else anymore. It's for myself.
I
So,
love that, Tracy, because it's the essence of self-reliance for me is when you are your own boss, and no one can fire you, then you are really showing up in the biggest way.
yeah, like people go, what do you do? And when I tell them I do Uber Eats, they sort of go, oh, okay. I said, you don't understand it. I can work when I want. I can earn as much as I want. I get to see parts of the area that I never would have driven down. I see beautiful sunsets. I see amazing gardens. I see amazing Christmas decorations, all stuff that I wouldn't do if I was sitting behind a desk or doing something mundane. So to me, I love doing it.
Mm.
But in the same sense, it's not going to be something I'm going to do forever.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're going to come back and hear from you in a minute when we get to the next question 10, I think it is. Okay, anyone else want to share your struggles?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
will.
Andrew?
So my biggest challenge is trying to keep up with the avalanche of information about everything is important, and you need to know this and you need to know that and you need to know what's coming here, and this is the latest disaster that's coming and you need to know, and what you're going to prepare and all this stuff, and then okay, what what to focus on. You can't cover everything, which is what I try to do, but you can't do it. So it's like easily becomes overwhelming that you can't do everything. So which is the one that you're going to focus on? So it's
Yeah.
trying to work out, okay, what priorities are, we need to sort out banking, we need to sort out internet privacy, we need to sort out food, we need to sort out et cetera, et cetera.
Yes. Yes, and uh, you and I, being on property, you are you look around and you go, this needs attention, that needs attention. I need to put my and so, and then you add on all the other work areas of life, and there's so much to do. And so that's why I love, if anyone hasn't done the prep matrix yet, then that is a really good process that actually helps you to narrow down. Like Andrew said, you can't focus on everything all at once. It doesn't work. But then what it also you look at is like, wow, you've actually got more, when you list out all the resources you have, what who the people are around you that you've got in your corner around each of those things, then you're actually probably further ahead than you think. All right. And I want you to do the prep matrix so that you've got it on a chart and you go, actually, this is where I'm at with that. And, I'm actually can tick a few of those boxes where at the moment it's all in your head and you're trying to struggle with, putting your energy in all the different boxes where you probably actually don't need to.
This is which sort of brought home even more is the essential part of community that we can kind of specialize in different areas and bring them together so we cover everything in that way,
Correct.
rather than one single person trying to cover every single area. That we can say, okay, I'll look after, how we navigate the banking, how do we navigate um, the internet stuff and the ID, and how do we, so we can, okay, you look after that, and here's when you got through some answers, you'd guide us on how to get through that, and sort of we can, each one contribute so we cover the whole thing.
Yes, I love that. And that's exactly how community should work and can work. When we all have that prep matrix under our belt, we know, oh, these are my strengths. This is what we need. Oh, we're missing in our community. We're missing someone who has some expertise in technology or communication, and then you know what to focus on. We're gonna bring someone into our group, or we're gonna reach out to an expert who can help us with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that. Okay, next one. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, how have you grown? What did you learn from your challenges this year? So, you might not have addressed this question before, or you may have, but having a look at some of the challenges that you had. Um, I know from putting on the Freedom Summit, um, it went beautifully. Whoever wasn't there, it was wonderful. But now we've learned what works and what doesn't work and what we might do differently. Anyone want to jump off mute and share?
I will.
Yep. I've got all three of you jumped off mute. So Tracy, Karen, and Jack.
I'll go back on mute.
You're good.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. How have I grown? Well, studying Qigong.
Yes.
I'm actually loving it and actually deciding to go on the retreat in Queensland for the 5 days, but then deciding to go for an extra 2 days before and 2 days after and organise the accommodation for women that I've never actually met in person. And we spent that whole time cooking and cleaning and looking after each other and actually have formed quite some good friendships out of that. And learnt that I am stronger than I give myself credit for.
Yay. Yay. Good job. You did all of that. Well done. I'm so proud of you. Anytime you take on doing a personal development course, it usually takes more money than you have at the time, but it's seriously worth it
Oh yeah,
anytime you do it.
I'll
Yeah.
be paying it off for a little while.
Yes. But at the other end of it, like, the amount of time that it takes to have learnt that if you try to go at it on your own, like, I'm just going to learn by watching, YouTube or reading a book, and I'll just, it's
And you
so much quicker when you throw yourself into a course.
And not just that, you don't learn the fundamentals of it, like the embodiment of it, of going deep within and everything else. And I've just now signed up for human design as well. So it's like,
Yes, yeah,
double
worth
whammy.
you are worth the investment. Brutal. All right, I'm Jack, I'm coming to you, but I'm going to go to Karen next.
Well, I'm actually going to say something a bit different from everyone else. Um, Coming back to what Tracy said, sometimes the things that, yeah, the people that I guess influence you the most are the ones that actually force change. And so that's what happened to me this year. And I'm a very giving person and I've given a lot. So I actually moved away from community to taking the time out to spend time on myself. So my challenges have taught me this year that I need some personal development, and it forced me to take some time out to do that.
Good on you, Karen. Good on you. That is sometimes the best thing that you don't have to keep pushing things up a hill. You have to step back,
That's right.
step
And
back, let
yes,
people learn from their own rather than trying to fix or change them or whatever the circumstances are. Good girl. Well done. Proud of you. Jack.
I think the biggest thing I learnt about myself, and I guess we're all capable of it, is it's easy to feed your triggers into negative space, negative thoughts when you don't have a focus or a reason. But when you do have a focus, whilst it's a struggle to stop feeding those triggers, it is possible. And I found that out, which was very positive. So I know that, and I mean, I've been through a lot of this sort of stuff before, but essentially one real trigger I continue to feed, which, because there's no reason not to. But when I was given a reason to, I sort of set the mind to it and said, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So you find a reference point to avoid it. So that was a good positive thing.
Can you give me an example without?
Just an addiction.
Uh-huh. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Uh, overcoming bad habits, overcoming
Mm.
addictions, overcoming negative, self-talk. Those things are some of those really biggest challenges that we have. And yeah, if you can overcome even one habit that you want to change, that is a good year. Okay, next one. Was there something that you did or didn't do that now you can put to rest? So something that, okay, so my habit was if I did do something or if I didn't do something, I would have regret. But my husband used to call it buyers and sellers remorse. And so it it was very taxing because it was all up in my head. Ah, I should have done it. I should have, or I didn't do that. Oh, I should have done that. So my life was plagued with should haves. Okay, what we're going to do is you have a should, I should have, or I shouldn't have done it. Then we're going to name it, reframe it, and let it go. So let's first of all name it. What is the thing that you've been shoulding? Should have turned this into a two-part question because I don't want you to worry about the rest of the questions on this screen. I just want you to think about the things that you've been shoulding about this year. Or could have, would have, wished. Is anyone struggling to think of something? Have you all thought of something? Written something down? Kirsten, feel free to type in the chat if that's easier.
You better let Jack know there's no next week.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, did he jump off?
Yeah, he had to
Yes.
do a report of
Oh, he
something.
said see you next week, did he?
Yeah.
Except he found us on Telegram, so I don't have his email address. Who has something that they've been shoulding. And you might not have got to the second part that you're ready to let go of it yet. You might be still hanging on to it. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I had something sort of
Yeah.
kind of ties into the previous question a little bit, but it's I find that I have a tendency to not be in the moment. So I'm always thinking about, like, if I'm away doing something, I think of what I could be doing if I was back over there. I,
I love that. Yes, I used
I
to
got
do
a
that a
big list
lot.
of things that I should be doing, but I need to relax and let that. I'll do that when I get back. But I'm sort of thinking, oh, I'm wasting time because I've got a long list of things that I should be doing,
Yes.
but I need to let that go and enjoy the moment and be present at the moment.
Yes, because it makes you not be able to put 100% in when you're working and put 100% into when you're resting. And so you're not
Mm.
really doing very well at either.
No, no, yeah, that there's easily fall into that. Yeah.
Mums often feel this is that they go to work and feel like I'm not being a good mum because I'm not with my kids. And then they're with their kids and they go,
Mm.
oh, all that stuff I've got to do when I get back to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we can relate to that one. Yeah, and now Andrew, noticing that, um, and being aware that that's something that you do, can you forgive yourself for being that way in the past?
Yeah, yeah, I can because the motive for doing it is good, but it's it it hinders it takes away from what you're doing because you're kind of like trying to focus in two different places at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. So it's really good that you've acknowledged that because sometimes we do it and we're not present, that we're not present.
Mm.
Yeah.
You easily get that in conversation that you're not listening to what the other person's saying. Instead, you're thinking about what you want to say.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good.
There's also,
And
oh, sorry.
yeah, go Tracy.
I was just going to say, give yourself permission that you can do that.
Well,
Yeah.
that is a one way as well. Like, you know what? I am going to, so
So I didn't mean permission that you can do that, but giving your permission to be in that situation, like instead of thinking about the backs, in the permission of I'm allowed to do this. Like the other thing that you're doing that you're thinking of being somewhere else. I'm not good
Yes.
at explaining things.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Andrew's saying that he's not present in the situation because he's too worried about being somewhere else. It's allowing yourself to be in that situation, giving yourself permission to be in that situation. And like the other thing, like because you're too worried about the other, it's like, no, give myself permission to be here
yeah,
in the
like
moment.
relaxing or resting or spending
Yeah,
time
yeah,
downtime. Yes.
Yeah, that comes to scheduling your time and prioritizing that. If you have scheduled your time in to relax, then that's your permission to yourself that now is the time to relax. And when you're working, you scheduled work in. So now's the time to work. So that's a way of separating the two because you've given yourself time to do both, and both are equally important, but you've organized it in a way that you can do both.
Exactly right. And it gives it integrity.
Hmm.
Gives both things integrity to do that.
It's not you just randomly having fun because you got, just for the sake of it.
Yes. Anyone struggling with this one? Anyone struggling with the forgiving yourself part of something and putting it to rest and letting it go, let it go, let it go. Anyone having struggles and wants to hang on to the something that you've been shooting and feel like, yeah, but if I let it go, then I'm giving permission to that thing that I don't want to give permission to. Anyone in that boat?
My struggle has been to leave things unfinished or leave things not complete. I like
Mm-hmm.
to finish everything before I move on to something else. And I'm having to let go of that and say, well, it's okay. It's all right if I don't have all the answers. It's okay if I put this down for a while. Yeah, so I'm having to go through that at the moment.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you said that, Karen. Yeah, because it is okay. And something better will come because of it. Because sometimes we hold, it's like, I want to tell you the story of the monkey and the banana. Has everyone heard of the monkey and the banana, the story? So, how do you catch a monkey? Well, you take a tree, you dig out a hollow out of the tree, you put a banana in the tree, but you make the hole only big enough for the monkey's hand to go through. When it puts its hand into the tree to grab the banana, it can't because it's holding onto the banana. So along comes the hunter and catches the monkey because it won't let go of the banana. All the monkey has to do to be free is let go of the banana, and the monkey could easily escape. Sometimes what we do when we don't forgive or we hang on is we're holding onto that banana and we're trapping ourselves. So, with that, we're going to go to the next question. Okay, so this is where you can organize those last few questions into columns, and you could do a list of the wins that you had, all the struggles that you had, the lessons you learned, and the things that you can let go. So just you can do at the top of your page, write those things and do 3 columns: wins, lessons, let go. Okay, and I invite you to come back to that and spend a little bit more time thinking on those things because you'll have a few. Okay, next one. If all goes well, where would I love to be in 5 years from now? So now we have completed things from 2025. We have looked at our wins, our struggles, the lessons that we've learned, and how we can move on from those. And now we're going to look to the future. We can create because we've put everything to bed and now we're freed up, ready to move forward. But rather than move forward in 1 year, because in 1 year we may not it may not fully our dreams may not fully realize, but in 5 years there's lots of time to realize and make those changes. So where would you love to be in 5 years from now? It might be different circumstances. It might be new habits or new mindset. It might be ways of being rather than ways of things of having that you'd like to transition.
I can answer that one.
Yes,
Um,
go.
and it's super easy for me. Um, being financially free and having bought out all my neighbors, so I have 2,000 acres of beautiful organic valley to grow food.
Love that. I love that vision. That's so good. And do you want to extrapolate on that vision about what's going on in your two did you say 2,000 acres?
Yeah, 2,000 acres all up if I bought out the neighbors. My friend's uncle used to own the 2,000 acres back in the 80s.
That's huge.
And he not in Tasmania, and he broke it all up into 12 lots and sold it off. And it was funny because I just happened to be friends with the guy whose uncle it was that owned it all before I got here. And I've lived in two places in this same valley, in this same road. So there's a lot of weird divine intervention that has gone on with the whole of me landing where I have. And the place is like magic, the way it grows food. So I'm very blessed and extremely grateful for the health benefits and for the beautiful nature. Uh, and community for making things happen is very important. I feel that people who care and share and know how to give each other their respected space, but be there to do things, is very much lacking these days. And I think that's what they worked hard to kill. I was very lucky. I spent time with excessively old people as a child and a teenager, and they all talked about the old parties with the whole street, and everyone knew everyone, and how different it was.
Mm. That's right.
And they've worked hard to erode that, and making people not help each other and banning feeding street people and all sorts of crazy acts. I think we should be able to freely help each other as much as we please.
And do you want people on your 2,000 acres?
Lots of them.
And how do you see these people living?
Well, there's quite a few houses here already, and I think building something that they love themselves, that's made out of natural ingredients, materials. We've got a lot of stone, we've got a lot of good mud, we've got a lot of rocks. It's a really great spot for, building natural things. And being able to grow your own food. Some people are good at growing some things and some people are good at other things. I'm good at milking by hand and getting vegetables to grow insanely. And everyone can help and swap and things. And I'm great at making cheese, but you get really sick of making cheese. You can only make so much cheese before you're over it. So, and having days where you get together. We used to have a thing many years ago. I set up making candles. We just had a day we made candles and everyone had candles all year. And soap. Oh, I miss the soap making. And so you stock up and stuff together, and it's always more fun in a group. And the Native American Indians had the right idea, the way they lived in villages. And no one person should have to do everything all the time, constantly, especially when you have a bunch of kids. Like, it's not realistic or natural.
Yeah. And this is the way of the future. This is how community will come together in the future, because it's just more joyful to live in and not do the 9 to 5 hustle, but just be able to be and focus on giving your gifts, your skills that you're good at, and bringing that to life. And for anyone who doesn't know, Lady Sunshine's a hub leader in Tasmania, and so this is an area for you that is, well, in the next 5 years, this is what we're creating. Hey.
Yeah, and helping, everyone growing food and sharing is far more productive. It's much better for everybody. And I think this attitude of forcing everyone away from each other has really highlighted how much it's important that we reunite. And the hustle 9 to 5, I've done it. And the living on a farm, providing most of your food, living in a community, helping each other, I've done that too. If you keep the politics out of it, it works. And children raised, no TV, no school. They're kind, considerate, loving children. When my daughter was 5 and we moved to what you class as the mainstream of town and stuff, she had a meltdown how nasty everyone was to each other. Because she was so used to these hippie kids, barefoot, happy parents who cared about them, loved them. It was a really big difference. Not brainwashed, no TVs, no devices, just happy kids running around in nature, building tree houses and,
Getting along.
doing natural things. together, but helping each other. If a child fell over, there's like 4 kids helping pick them up. Let's go find mummy. We had these days where once a month where we went in and swapped stuff. It was just a big barter fest. And it didn't matter what you thought something was worth, it, or what you think it's worth. To the other person, it's worth more to swap this for this. And if you're both happy, yahoo!
Yahoo. I love that.
It was no, oh, this ham's worth more than that, chicken. No, so I want that, you've got that. I want that, you've got that. Okay, let's swap, we're happy.
We're happy. That's right.
And it worked really well.
Yeah.
So, that sort of thing is what I think everyone needs to be aiming for, and preferably in a situation where the system can't boss you around.
Yeah. Yep. I love that. All right. Anyone else want to share your 5-year dream goal? All right. You ready to go to the next question, everyone?
Yep.
Okay. This time we're actually going to do a little closed eyes exercise. So you're going to just get comfortable in your chair, relax in your chair, take a nice deep breath in and breathing out. Closing your eyes, breathing in, and gently breathe out. I want you to imagine now it's November 2026. I want you to cast in your mind's eye where you are. Look around you if everything is the way that you would like it to be. First of all, look at your body. How is your physical body feeling? What does it look like? What have you done differently? How are you feeling within yourself? Look around you and see who you are with. It might be the people you're with now. It might be new people. Maybe you know who they are. Maybe they you don't see a face, but you know you have people around you. Who are you with? November 2026. Looking around, what's changed about your environment? What are you doing from day to day? That's happening. What are you happy about? And what else can you see? Okay. I want you to come back and bring yourself back into this moment. Who'd like to share what did you see in November 2026? What's changed and what did you imagine?
I find when I do that, I just start thinking of all the thinking of all these things. So I find it better when I write it down because like whenever I meditate or something, my brain is too busy thinking of things I should be doing and all these other things. So
Well,
I
that points to what you were saying before, Andrew, about being present.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and
That
about being in
that's
the moment,
I
which is
think that's a
interesting because it's a practice, right? It's I
gonna
understand
say
what
I
you
have
mean. It's
to
like, oh, hang on.
that's a training thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's
not,
like when thinking of nothing, it's like time for sleep.
Yeah.
it's letting go of control. That's the main thing. It's letting go
Mm,
of control. You can't control everything. So it's being in present with yourself. And that's where
Mm.
the breathing, when you do it correctly and going within, that's when you slow the mind down.
that takes practice, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, it does.
good.
Andrew, I hope that you're doing the jigsaw with us next in December, so we'll get to practice on that one. So let me go to Tracy. And Tracy, this where are you in November 2026?
Where I want to be and where I have visions of being is in, I am in two minds, whether it's Queensland or WA.
Yay!
So yeah,
Good.
that's
Oh,
that's where I'm at. And it's being happy where I am, and I can see that I'm relaxed and totally happy with where I am in my progress, and my program's up and running and going well. So yes.
now I'm giving you permission to talk about your program. What does that look like?
Um, well, I'm going to be doing tiny challenges to start off with because I have a pretty major operation in February. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not until I heal from that that I'll be doing my program, but it's all about self-healing with Qigong, mindset, forest bathing, a little bit of life coaching, and human design. So,
Yay.
so it's going to have a bit of everything in it. So
Yeah.
yes, so,
Yes. This is such a beautiful journey because uh you you know this year you've been the student
yep,
and then within a year or two you're progressing to be the master, and so your life will take on a different form, and you'll step into the person who you've always really wanted to be.
yep,
And I love this is the journey of that right now. And in a few years, when we think about 5 years time where you'll
yep.
be,
That's what
um,
it was. Yep.
yeah. So super proud of you. This is a very exciting time.
No, it is exciting and so forth, but as one of the people that I speak to is, you can do your program as long as you're one day ahead of learning to what they are.
You know what? And it doesn't matter to me if you're in Queensland or WA because my self-reliance is there and everywhere, right? So, oh yeah, we have to be quiet. All right. Let's go to the next question. Did anyone else want to answer that before we go to the next question? All right. This is where you get to write down what you saw, your 2026 vision. So this is where you get to write down, Andrew. So first of all, you
Yeah,
have to think it. When
yeah,
you
already done
think
that.
it, and then you can say, yeah, see it, and then you write it down. Very good. All right. What is one action that you can take tomorrow that will lead you towards your vision? All right, I want everyone to answer this one. What's one action that you're going to take tomorrow that's leading towards your vision of where you want to be in November 2026?
Oh well,
Yep.
start to declutter and organize.
Yeah. Okay. So, Andrew, when you start to declutter, you can't declutter everything all at one time. So,
No.
you have to start with one cupboard, not one room, one cupboard or one box or one small area. And the rules of decluttering is you can't do more than what you can do in an hour, right? So if
Mm.
it's I'm gonna do this the kitchen, no, you have to narrow it down to what part of the kitchen that you could do in an hour. So, what are you going to tackle first?
Um, oh, there's so many areas. The problem is that it gets a bit tricky because to clean one area, I have to clean the other area. Because I got stuff stored in one spot that's got to go to another spot, but the
Yes,
other
but
spot where it's got to
yes.
go has got to be cleaned up.
Okay, that is very true. Okay, so pick an area that as you're doing it, the stuff that you're going to keep goes into a box, and the stuff that you're not going to keep either goes into a box that goes in or a bag that goes into the rubbish bin or a bag or a box that gets rehomed. So you got three options: keep,
Mm,
rehome, chuck. Okay. Now, the stuff that needs to be rehomed that's not going back into the same cupboard that you just decluttered, it may very well have to live somewhere else, or even the keep stuff might have to live somewhere else. But that then just gets put until might be the next hour you get to work on the next cupboard. But you can't work on the second cupboard before you work on the first cupboard. So, which one are you going to start on first?
I'll probably start on the dining room table.
On the dining room table. Very good. Does that feel good that you can actually clarify one area?
Yeah.
Good. Because all I am doing in this exercise is getting you to name it. Like you could have told me anything, right? There's not a right thing,
Mm.
but the fact that you can actually go, okay, I've named it means you can claim it. So that's excellent. And the dining table should take you no more than an hour. All right, who's going next?
I will. I
Yep.
am going to attend my 7 a.m. Qigong class. I've been a bit slack, so I'm going to join it.
Yay. Good job.
I start.
Tracy, yeah.
So, no, I signed up for their last 5-day challenge, which I've done, I think, all of them, but last one I'd signed up for and didn't do any days. And I missed this morning just because I slept in because I'd only had 4 hours sleep the night before. So I just didn't set an alarm. I said I'm going to wake up whenever I wake up, and I didn't. So that I give my permission to that. But tomorrow morning I am going to get up and do it.
Perfect. Beautiful. I also want you to sign on and do the jigsaw. Pick which week you're going to do and register for that. That's
Oh,
my
okay.
request. Yeah.
Okay. What times are they on?
6:30 to 7:30, either the first week of December or the second week of December.
Why so
And
early?
given that you're at my place the middle weekend, then that'll be fun. All
Why
right.
so early? Okay. I'm not a morning person, never have been.
Oh, I know, but I have to get in before everyone gets busy and doing other stuff.
Fair enough. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right, Lady Sunshine, you're next.
I think doing more in my veggie garden, which is thriving nicely. Now we're in spring, and yeah, it's really good.
Now, this is a hard question for you, Lady Sunshine, because I know that you're already in the garden. You're already doing great stuff to take you towards your vision. So, what's something that you've been putting off or not wanting to do or that's a challenge for you? Do you want?
Oh, staying away from the computer because I'm buried in paperwork and everything's, typing and online and printing and all this legal stuff that I have no interest in, but I'm being forced to deal with. So, I'm looking forward to never having to do any more of that. But it's a challenge to actually take time out to go and do, instead of just rushing around, I'm like rushing around, getting all the jobs done, feeding all the animals, milking, making stuff, and then rushing back to doing paperwork. And it's a challenge to get away from that. So I'm looking forward to having it over and not having to deal with it.
Hmm. I'm going to challenge you, Lady Sunshine, that there's probably something in your vision like relaxing, that
Oh,
maybe there's a
yeah, my children complain I don't do that.
yes,
So
I think so.
when I relax, um, yeah, I can't shut my brain up. It's highly annoying.
Well, maybe for your
I think that's
children's
why I
sake, it's
like
maybe
gardening because
yes.
I can at least talk to the plants and be with the plants and be grateful for the plants and but I'm still doing something. I'm not just sitting there.
Yeah, well, I'm going to challenge you. Maybe spend time with your children since they're complaining that you can't relax, as maybe they want your time.
I spend lots of time with them, actually. I'm very, very grateful and lucky for that. We have great big long conversations and we do a lot of stuff together and make a lot of stuff together. I'm very
Nice.
blessed that way. But they complain that I don't take time out to just read a
For
book
yourself.
or watch a movie or just chill out. They're like,
Right.
just chill, mum.
Ask them. I want you to ask them why they say that.
Because I don't stop.
You don't stop, but they're seeing something about that, right? And they will
Oh,
have
yeah, they're telling me I, need to actually take time to just do nothing and chill out, or
yeah, but why?
because I don't do it.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm getting to, right? You don't do it, and they're seeing something. There's a
No, I don't
reason.
do it enough. Yeah, they're seeing that I get, you know, I'm constantly busy.
Yeah, yeah. So now you can come back to me. I want you to report on this. Either either there's a cost on them, like they're seeing mum doesn't rest and relax, therefore we're worried about her health, or mum doesn't rest and relax, and because she doesn't rest and relax, she's expecting us to do things and we don't get to rest and relax.
I wish that was the case. No, they spend plenty of time getting to do what they want, and
I know, but
when
that's what
they
I say about
spend a
my kids as
weekend,
well. Honestly, as a mum's point
they
of
spend
view,
time at someone else's place. They come home and go, "Oh, thanks for leaving us alone."
yes, trust me. Okay,
But
there's something
it's funny
about
because I'm
for
not
you.
really leaving them alone. We talk all day heaps. It's that I don't harass them. Now they do
Correct.
have to do certain jobs every day and
Yes.
feed their own pet and things like that. And I'll have to harass them about that sometimes.
Yes. It's a there's going to be a different answer than what you think I'm telling you. All right.
I'll be
Good.
interesting to see what
Yeah.
they say, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if they pop through the door right now to go, Mum, where are you? I was supposed
And
to be
and
back.
here's how I know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same as you. And my rest and relaxation is taking time to be with you guys. Was like, yeah, that's not quite
Yeah,
it.
my kids don't count that.
Nah.
No, not
Okay.
at all. And I'm always helping a lot of people, so they get a bit dirty that, I help so many people. But when I need help in return, it doesn't always come back.
Yes. Oh, I'm just noticing the chat. Kirsten's Yeah, take care. All right, hang in there. Hope you're okay.
All
And
right.
welcome Alana, who's just joined us at question 11. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I'm just
I
gonna
have to
let,
go.
yes.
So
Uh,
thank you for the lovely year. And I have to say that your last couple of emails, the way you worded it was beautiful and very accurate. And the way you talked about a community, it was very moving. I was very impressed. And you're very good at this.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate
It's
that.
very impressive.
Oh, I appreciate even reading them. Well done. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I really enjoy reading them always because they're so beautifully worded. But the way you put things together and the way your presentation is excellent. And that's a true skill. And
Ah,
yeah, it's really
thank you. It
great.
does take me a long time to put together those emails. There's a lot of click-throughs that you have to make sure everything works. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're very good. I have to go now, and
Okay.
thank you so much for a great year. And I'm wished I had made it up to the summit.
That's
Um,
all right. Sign up to do the jigsaw. All right. I recommend it.
okay,
Karen's already done it with me, so she gets a free pass to jump on the next one. Or
excellent. Well, Merry
or
Christmas
catch up in
for
the
the
chat.
very soon coming time
Thank
to
you.
everyone.
All right. Take care. See you soon.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
All right, Karen, what's one action you're taking?
I'm going to progress my handover of tasks. So it sounds a bit cryptic, but yes, I'm going to progress the handover notes that I'm writing so that I can let go of more stuff, so that I can take on other opportunities.
Beautiful. That will be a weight off for Christmas, won't it?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
That's brilliant.
Mm.
Good, good. Alana, I don't know if you can answer this question, but we are looking at where we want to be in a year from now, in November 2026, and we're looking at one action that you can take to lead towards your vision. And Alana, I might answer that for you, is that you and I are going to get together tomorrow if tomorrow works for you. Oh yeah, we already talked about it. So I don't know if she's there or not. She's on mute. Anyway, we're going to get together in the morning.
I am here and I agree with that. That sounds fantastic.
Beautiful. Okay. Now, this is how you make it real in the world because you've told me, but who else can you share your vision with? When you share your vision, it makes it more real. The more times you say, this is what's happening, and this is why I gave you permission, Tracy, to share your vision, is because people will help you. I don't want to say hold you to account, but when you share your vision, they'll say, "Oh, how's that going? How's that project that you're working on? How's it?" And then you'll be able to live into that, not put pressure on yourself. But when I told people we were had the dream of moving onto property, and we had just moved to a new area in Sydney. And we told everyone that at church when we moved there, we said, look, we're not going to be here very long because we're going to go buy our property up north. And we didn't know where up north. We didn't know what that was going to look like. But we were so sure that it wasn't going to take very long for us to find our dream property. And that's what we told everyone. And so that made it really real. And within 10 months, we'd found our dream property. So it can happen. So write down who you're sharing, 3 to 5 people who you can share your vision or the steps that you're taking. Know that this exercise does take a little bit longer than our usual together because we're taking just the time to not just ask the questions, but to think them through and write them down. Okay, and then the last one is your homework. I believe in setting up a word for the year, and it's just one word that kind of encapsulates like what your it might not be your vision exactly. It might be something, a feeling word, an emotional word that kind of gets you moving in the direction that you want to travel. I want you to contemplate your word for 2026. And this is not something that you're just going to randomly just tell me right now. It might come to you that quickly, it might not. But just consider what can be your word for 2026. So every year I have a new word. And if you have a whiteboard, or it could be your bathroom mirror, or it could be your fridge, I recommend for you to write that word up so that you can see it every day. And this word will be a word that will impact you for when you are maybe going through some challenging times. It might be an inspiring word that maybe help you to ground yourself. It might be a word that's uplifting. Alana gave us her word, and it's intuition. So this 2026 is following her intuition. I like that. Yeah. Anyone else have a word that came to you? Doesn't have to be the word that you say is the word that sticks, but you might just be like, oh yeah, I
I
think
got
that one.
two.
Yep.
Strength and motivation.
Beautiful.
Mine's adventure.
Adventure, Karen.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, that comes with vision, doesn't it? I like that. Beautiful. Well done. All right. Finally, if you haven't become a member of My Self Reliance, I want to encourage you to do that, because this is the place where we support our attaining your vision. And for only $59 a year or $7 a month, you can be supportive, be surrounded by a supportive network of people who are helping you to create what you want, because as they help you and you're helping them, everyone gets what they want, which is a happy, safe, secure, prosperous future. If you want more of this growth and want to experience more of what we have to offer, take on the jigsaw method. Now, this is a program that these are the steps that I implement in my life that has got me to where I am. And I can tell you, I was never a morning person. I was not that organized. I needed a lot of support and determination and motivation to get me to complete the simplest things. But now, I'm living the life of my dreams. I'm on every day I wake up and experience life is joyful, and it's moving in the direction that I have always wanted it to. And I have the tools and techniques and tips to give you in this jigsaw method that really help you to attain the life of your dreams. We have small groups, it's personalized, there's accountability, and um, and we do personal coaching along the way. So no 2 weeks are ever the same. So that's why I recommend that if you've done that before, jump in and do it again, because not only are you going to experience it new for yourself, but you're a new person coming in doing it again. And so um, we we get to address things that are different for you every time. So whilst going over our jigsaw method. So I invite you to, and if, look, I understand the 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. doesn't suit everyone, especially if you are in WA and it's 6:30 here and it's ridiculous hour over there. So I do this other time slot from 9:30 to 10:30. But if you want the extra time slot, then just reach out to me and we can set that up. So So
I
when all
love
the
that you
pieces,
just said that you're living the life of your dreams, Kelly. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
oh, thank you. I absolutely am. I absolutely am. I turned to my husband was it today or yesterday? I go, we have such a great life. So yeah.
That's awesome.
And love you to join me on that. So beautiful. Well, thank you everyone for participating tonight. I hope that this exercise has been valuable for you and that you can go into 2026 with just really fresh and especially go into Christmas just looking forward to it and no regrets from 2025 and being fully present and enjoying every part of it.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Kelly.
My
Kelly.
pleasure. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks everyone for sharing and being vulnerable. I know it's not easy, but that's
Always a
where the
good
gold
time
is
to,
every time. So
good way to finish up the year.
lovely. All right, we hope to see you at our Christmas party.